Hello, everybody. Today you are listening to Faith-Filled Living with Naomi, and I spent money today. We're doing a no spend November, but don't worry, it was one of our exceptions. I bought 1 gallon of milk, so just under $4. So then I came home and I told my husband where like how much I spent and stuff like that. And he actually thought of a really cool idea. He's like, this will be kind of cool to keep track of how much we spend of our exceptions during No Spend November. So he got our calendar out, and he the one that we don't write in usually, and he put it up next to his desk in the office, and he started like tracking what we buy, and then has a notebook of what we spend with our exceptions. So that was kind of neat. So other than that, No Spend November is going pretty well. Today is the 4th, 5th. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Today was a long day. This was probably the hardest of everything so far. I mean, it has not been that long at all yet, but we're getting there. One of my friends was going through a hard time, and so I did some stuff to help her out, and then my dad called, and his battery was dead, and so I picked him up, and I was, taking care of my kids and just everything going on. It was just one of those a little more taxing days, but also it reminded me of, number one, how resilient kids are, because the kids were just in great moods and they just went with the flow, and I was so proud of them for every little thing. Those days where you just make all of the wrong turns for some reason. The traffic was crazy. There was just way too much. Sirens were going off somewhere, and I was in the wrong lane and couldn't get over. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go a different way. And then I was like, oh dear, I need to go to church because I was making some photocopies for an event I have tomorrow. And I was in the wrong way. And anyways, so I told my daughter, I said, you know what? It is a gorgeous day. We're just going to walk. And I parked in a parking lot across the street, and we walked and we looked at the beautiful, beautiful fall trees. Oh, look at this tree. I'm going to turn this. You can kind of tell. It's like turning yellow now. So anyways, it's just the exciting fall time. And so we took a moment and just enjoyed it. I was driving one of my friends around, and there's this windy path, just trees on both ends. And we were commenting on the shadows that the trees make and everything, and that'd be kind of fun to, if it was a walking path, play Shadowlands from Bluey. So it was kind of neat that even on a stressful day, we could still enjoy that God gave us a gorgeous day. He gave us, just the beautiful weather. The kids were in great moods. We have a great support network, and just, as stressors pop up, we can kind of tap into that network, and that's amazing. It's a huge, huge blessing, and one thing that I love about our church, honestly. So that was good. But it was one of those days where kind of like nothing was going right at first, and it was very stressful, and I just wished that I could take my friend out for ice cream or a burger or something. Just some type of a win and a relaxing, just friend date night or date day, and just kind of, hey, it was a rough day. We got through it together, and let's do something. Let's celebrate. And then I was driving by a mini golf course, and I'm like, I wish we could just do mini golf with the kids. That'd be fun. It is No Spend November. We are not doing any of those, but we had ice cream for lunch. I found ice cream in the bottom of my freezer, and some ice cream cones I bought like 6 months ago that I hadn't even used. So they were still good. And so we had ice cream for lunch. And I remember one of my friends, we were just having a hard day one time a while ago. She said, you just need a win. What can you do? What's a job that you can do around the house just to give you an easy win? Is there a picture that you haven't hung, or something that'll not get undone right away? And I really like that because it's something that I can do that I've been putting off. That sounds dreadful because I've been putting it off, so it must be awful if I put it off, but it's really not. And it would give me that dopamine kick, or whatever, of you have a win, and then every time you see it, you can just feel like, oh, my place is better. And I like that because it's a free way to give yourself a win for the day. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind today of, we did it. We did not, go out for ice cream or, do something fun, which would have been so nice, and a stress reliever after just stressor after stressor after stressor. They were just like all hitting us at once today. And that's just an immediate, hey, let's make it something fun. But we can do that without buying anything. And kind of switching that mindset to trying to do it without spending money. It's going to be great. So, no spend November. Today was a little harder, but we're doing it and it's going well. And I bought milk. So we're $4 in to the whole month, which is not that bad. One stressor is my check engine light came on today again. We recently had to kind of downgrade our vehicle just so I could get a van, which was wonderful. I really, really needed the extra seats, and it has been a game changer. I mean, it has been so helpful, but we didn't want to, take out a loan or do any of that. So we kind of downgraded in quality of a vehicle to kind of be able to have more seats. And now I'm kind of feeling that, and I'm feeling the tires are not very good right now, and I'm getting a little nervous. If it rains, it's a little more slippery. But I think they'll last. I think they're good enough. They're kind of like middle of the line, but we will see. I hope that's not a hiccup later on in November. It might be, but for now we're good and kind of holding our breath, but I think we'll be okay. So yeah, maybe the sensor is dirty or something. I don't know. I'll keep you updated when we find out what is wrong with my van. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully it's just something small. But anyways, no spend November. How are you guys doing? Is anyone else doing this at the same time? Yes. How are you doing with it? I hope it's all going well. Oh, here's a fun. So I talked about my alfalfa soup when we did split pea soup, and I have to apologize because I filmed it as if it would be a normal video, but then I guess Facebook suggested shorts, or I clicked on that. I don't know, but it changes it so it's a vertical view instead of horizontal. So I was holding up the soup and I was like talking about the color of it and all that stuff, and you can't see any of that in the short because YouTube cropped it. So I'm sorry about that. But anyways, that was my creative dinner from a few nights ago. We had split pea soup. We had that from who knows what in our basement, and we did not really want to eat it. My husband doesn't like peas. And yeah, I opened it up and said, hey, it's like a Halloween soup. It's like Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban when they talk about soup. And it was green and goppy and weird. And then I was like, hey, it's like Elphaba from Wicked. And the kids ate it because of that. And salt and pepper. That helped. And then we threw the leftovers away because we did not go in for seconds, which is fine. And if you love split pea soup, you probably have a better one than this. It was an old can from, yeah, but we didn't throw it all away. So, hey, that's a win. Anyways, another creative dinner that we did, my husband came up with this one. We had some, like canned chunks of ham. No, beef. I don't know. Meat, red meat, some type of meat. And he cooked those, and then we had potatoes and mashed potatoes and gravy with it, and something else. I don't know, but it ended up being a whole meal, and he found most of it in our pantry downstairs. So I was really proud of that, and the kids all ate it, and yeah, it was good. So yes, those are using what we have meals, and so far so good. I'm one loaf of bread in. We finished one loaf of bread. We still have like most of the second loaf of bread and a lot of our tortillas left. So I'm trying to, maybe I'll make bread when we're out and avoid buying bread. That would be kind of cool if I can do that, but we'll see what actually happens. So anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well, and thanks for hanging in. Faith-Filled Life Living. I don't even know the name of my own channel. Here, Faith-Filled Living with Naomi. It has been one of those days. It's a fun day. God gave us a beautiful day. At least we have that today. So we will get through it all. Anyways, thank you for watching Faith-Filled Living with Naomi. I really appreciate all of you guys, and just to have you here to hold me accountable as I'm doing this challenge. So, and also if you're doing it with me, that's awesome. And share some tips and tricks if you have any. That would be so much fun to read. So anyways, hope you're doing well. Have a good day, and thank you for watching. Bye.